here, we're about to calibrate. So those are my eyes in space right there. And so I'm going to hit this, I'm going to calibrate. So I'm just going to follow the dot. So what we're doing right now is we are taking the reflection of light off of my eye, and we're calculating where exactly on the screen am I looking.
Right.
In addition to that, we're building a 3D model of my eyes in space. So the computer knows exactly where I am in relation to the computer. So it can give me free range of movement. I don't have to stay perfectly still. And I can completely interact with
I see. So you're not fixed in one spot now because it's learned where you are.
Exactly, yeah. So I can move around and have a natural interaction.
Yeah.
What's great about gaze interaction versus using a mouse is it's just faster and more intuitive. You think about using a mouse. If you see a link on a web page, you look at the link, you move the mouse to it, and then you select. Whereas with gaze interaction, you're already looking at it, so all you have to do is select. So there's my calibration. So the first thing I can show you is just gaze selection. So again, kind of what I was talking about, seeing an item and then going ahead and selecting it. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and check my mail. So I'm going to look at the mail icon, and then I'm going to pair it with the selection key and open it right up. And now I'm in here, I can jump around and look at different mail items. Go to my sent items if I want to, check to see the status there. Alright, I don't need this one anymore.
So to show, just to say that, so all you're doing there is selecting. The eyes are doing the mouse or touch equivalent. Yeah.
And this cursor right here is actually for the mouse because we have that connected right now. Yeah. But there is no cursor for gaze because the cursor kind of becomes superfluous. You don't need to know where it is because you know where you're looking.
Yeah.
So that's just the basic selection mechanism right there. I can look and I can go ahead and delete that and things like that, jump around. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open Internet Explorer. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and you can think of a traditional web page, you have to read text and you have to scroll and keep up with it. But instead of gaze interaction, I'm going to hold down the red key and I'm going to move my eyes down the screen as I'm reading it and then move it back up, and you can see that it's become really intuitive. It keeps up with me and I don't have to chase the mouse and find it and have it keep up with me. It's working with me rather than against me.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yep. Another application we have is if I go ahead and I open up the Maps application. When you think about using a traditional Maps application, you're constantly clicking and dragging to refocus the center where you're trying to go. So I'm just going to randomly look for just a neighborhood anywhere, just using the scroll wheel. I'm not going to move the mouse or anything because, again, my eyes are doing the navigation for me. So I'm going to see if I can find kind of where we are. I'm probably not that great at it. And there we are, the convention center.
Right.
So again, you can see not once did I have to click and drag and recenter the map for it to go on there. Yeah. And then another application we have is if you're similar to, or if you're familiar with Expose and a map, where you kind of throw all the applications out to quickly select another one. Windows 8 has a similar feature, but now we've paired it with Gaze, so we can just open it up, expand all the applications. I can find the one I'm looking for.
You're just looking at,
and then open it back up. So again, it's using eye tracking and making it faster and more efficient for you. Yep.
That's really cool. So is this a technology that you're selling to manufacturers to build into their devices, or is it a third-party thing I could go and buy and put on my own machine?
It's a little bit of both. What we're doing right now, this is Tobii Rex. This is an eye tracking peripheral that we launched at CES that we are opening to the developers. So it's going to be, it's $9.95, and they can help us build gaze-enabled applications. So in about 2 years, when we move to a consumer market, when the eye tracker is actually embedded into the lid of the Ultrabook or into the screen of the monitor for a traditional PC, there's an ecosystem of apps for people to play with, whether they be games or map applications or calendars or something like that. So we're working with plenty of manufacturers to bring that to fruition.
That's really good, really cool. I'll have to have a go on it now.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to try to the mail then. That's fantastic. It's so accurate. Go back to Windows. If I were flick to the desktop, that's uncannily accurate.
And you can probably go back into Internet Explorer and try the scroll function too.
Did you hold
Hold down the red, yeah.
That's excellent. I've got to get one of these. It's really accurate too.
This is something you do one time, so
I suppose it works well with Windows 8 with the tiles.
Exactly, and that's kind of another component of it is, when Windows 8 came out and it was on a tablet, everybody really liked it because it's very, it's there, I go for it, it's there, I go for it, and that's kind of what we've replicated, but back on the PC environment.
That's excellent. Thanks for that.